There we go. We're on.
Excellent. Good afternoon. How are you, Ben? Good to see you. Congratulations on making it to the Super Bowl. What's this year? Fourth, fifth year?
Probably third. This is my third year.
In the hobby or in this league?
In this league.
Okay. You've been, I guess you grew up around like football. And so how many years altogether have you played?
I would say about 10, 15.
Well, you're in the NFL 3 years. So you started out just hanging around the league, watching, learning, meeting the guys, and then in earnest, you really only have about 3 years in competitive NFL football.
That's correct.
That's incredible. I mean, I've been playing a long time, and I haven't reached this pinnacle. So congratulations. That's Ben Creasy, coach of the 15-1 Indianapolis Colts in the AFC. Very competitive in the NFL. My first question to you, sir, is what are your thoughts about reaching the Super Bowl? Tell me how you feel.
Feel relieved, justified. Previous 2 seasons, it came down to one game that hindered me from making it to the Super Bowl. So I feel relieved.
A little redemption.
Yes.
Okay, that's great. I had a follow-up question. That was in past seasons. What did you do this year as far as execution that was different? Some of the things that you did well. Was it better talent or just repeating your mistakes?
It was a little of both because the passing, my passing, I actually put a lot of work into my passing, practicing. My son helped me out a lot, and then a little bit more base talent, tweaking the bases until I got them just right. So
You do some of your own tweaking?
I do all of my own tweaking.
Really? You don't buy anything off the shelf?
No. If I buy anything, it's untweaked.
There you go. Who was your toughest opponent this year?
I don't want to slight anyone. I played William Chalmers 3 times, and my hardest opponent was Kenny.
Kenny King. Wow.
Kenny.
He came on strong at the end of the AFC. Who do you think some of the up-and-comers are in the NFL? I know your son, obviously, in any conversation, you have to put Ethan Daniels up there based on the season he had. And you mentioned Kenny, so there's 2. Are there any others that you think with a little more preparation, maybe a little more talent, could really start to reach the higher levels of the league?
I'd say Jamie. Yes. Jamie Harris. I watched a lot of Andrew's games, so he's right there with the top talent. And like I said earlier, it's just practice. It's how much time you want to devote, how much practice. Even the Redskins improved this season.
Very much so.
Yeah, over last season, he changed a couple of things, his passing. And Harold actually had a better season this year than last year. Those are maybe I named about 5 that were like coming up. Yeah.
Well, just shifting gears a little bit, not that, I'm trying to get any of the state secrets out here or anything, but I mean, I know you've watched some film, you've watched the still pictures, I sent you some video. Tell me about your opponent, Andrew Stewart, his dynamic offense. What can you tell me about your opponent? Are there any areas you think you can exploit?
Andrew is a passer. He's a premier passer. His whole game revolves around passing. So the best I can do, like I told my son, is to put pressure on the quarterback, stop the receivers from getting where they want to get, and hope that game plan go down defensively. Offensively, I feel he has a tough defense. I watched some film a couple of nights ago of his offense on the U-string. So I pretty much have a feel for his defense. I just have to, hopefully my men execute. Yeah.
Well, I know you put a lot of time, and I asked Andrew earlier the same question. If you were to rate on a a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, what is the importance of actual practice time away from the game? How important is that to anyone's game?
I would put it at a scale of 10 because it's
It would be a 10.
Yes, it would be a 10. You have to put a lot of practice, preparation.
What if you got work commitments or you got things to do with the wife? I mean, in a week span, how many hours? And knowing that you know a little bit about your opponent, how much time should you be on that board?
Well, I'll tell you how much time I put it on the board.
Okay.
I put in, usually sometimes I get home around 3, 2:30, 3 o'clock, sometimes 4 o'clock. I'll be on the board from 4 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night.
Every night.
That's every night. And that's the time. I mean, in between, I may go take my son to the track and practice with him. In between, I may help cook. You know, sometimes I cook myself. You know, but I'm putting on average about 4 hours a day into the preparation and practice.
Well, there you heard it, folks. I mean, we just heard it from two 15-1 Super Bowl coaches giving us their, emphatic view that practice is important. A couple more questions. Who's been your biggest fan and supporter? You came in pretty much. I guess Corey brought you in, and I remember when you first, just meeting you, you're very quiet, kind of reserved. But other than your son, if you were to win the Super Bowl, who would you dedicate this game to?
I would dedicate it to my daughter. She's handicapped, so she can't. It's just her is the encouragement that I draw from.
Great answer, and I wish you all luck. It's going to be a great game. I got one quote. I always have a quote in the pamphlet, so just let me digress a minute. I'm going to give you a quote. Tell me what you think about this. Everyone knows what the Masters is, even if you're a non-golfer. People know what Wimbledon is. They know what the Super Bowl is. There are certain events that just people know about. And people know about this NEFL Super Bowl, and Corey promotes the hobby. We've talked about it here this afternoon. Tiger Woods gave that quote. What do you think about the Super Bowl? And do you think the NEFL deserves the recognition it's gotten?
I think it can. It's the exposure to the hobby slash sport, whatever you want to call it. It's the exposure. So our exposure is not as big as the Masters, of course. But I believe that it's a good hobby. I believe that it teaches discipline, structure, tactical moves and things like that. So I would rate it high in my
But for our league,
yes.
it doesn't get any bigger than this today.
No,
This is the
no,
granddaddy.
in
Little
the
World
EF,
EF.
in the EF sport, the
Super Bowl.
NFL Super Bowl is one of the most competitive games. The Super Bowl itself, but just the league play throughout the season is more competitive, I feel, than a lot of other leagues. Their rule set.
Right. And you've traveled a little bit. You've been to a couple
I
tournaments.
travel.
You've seen other
Yes.
leagues play. You see how the
Yes.
guys from down south play.
Yes. Well, this is a hands-on where like with the quarterback, you have to actually pass.
Right.
There isn't a little ball and a magnet when you place out there, which I feel gives you some advantage. And then, to the
Just talking about
defender,
pass simulation.
pass simulation. So the actual passing with the team, with the triple threat quarterback, actually is more competitive, I feel.
How about the time, the intensity,
Even
having
the
to manage the
timing,
clock?
even the timing, you have to manage your clock. You have to know when to call timeout, when to stop the clock, when to spike the ball, when to go for a field goal or 2-point conversion if you want to go for a 2-point conversion. It's intensive.
Well, Ben, I appreciate your time. I wish you luck.
Thank
I hope that you're going to be celebrating today with your daughter tonight.
Thank you.
And your son is just a great example, great young man first, and a very good coach in his own right. And it's a shining example to you and your father. So I salute you. Good luck to you.
Thanks.
That's a wrap.
Yeah, it's 1 o'clock. Right on the dot.
What time is it?
Game time.